Well, good evening, lupus warriors all around the world, and welcome to another video brought to you by the Lord's Lupus and Support channel. So on tonight, we're going to be talking about a very interesting topic. Tonight, we're going to be discussing why does it take so long to get a diagnosis for lupus? If you're in the process of being diagnosed with lupus, or if you have already been through the process of being diagnosed with lupus, then you know that this question has come up in your conversation with your doctor, with your friends, with your coworkers, many of times. What is taking so long for them to diagnose me with lupus? I feel you. I know the frustration. I've been there. You go in for test after test after test. You give blood and more blood and then some more blood. And they tell you, oh, we're not sure. We know that there's something going on. We know that you have some sort of an autoimmune disease or a possible connective tissue disease, but we need to run some more tests just to make sure. And so begins the waiting game. And so begins the frustration. But on tonight, I have an answer for you. It takes a long time to diagnose lupus. Sometimes, on average, 2 years. I've heard some people say 4 years they spent waiting for, an accurate diagnosis. For me, it took me 6 years to get an accurate diagnosis. So anywhere between, a few years to 6 years. Somewhere we fall in between that amount of time. But don't give up. Doctors have to make sure that they're giving you an accurate diagnosis. They don't want to be so quick to jump to a conclusion without looking at everything. Because diagnosing lupus is like putting together pieces of a puzzle. You get a few pieces over here, you get that put together, you gather a few more pieces, and then eventually the puzzle becomes complete. But here are 4 reasons that it takes so long to get a lupus diagnosis. Reason number 1 is because a person that's, dealing with lupus, they don't look sick. A lot of times when you go in to see your doctor, they can't look at your outward appearance and see what's going on with you because everything is going on inside of you. So you go in and you don't look how you feel. And I wonder sometimes if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. Number 2 is that symptoms are different from person to person. My symptoms may not show up the same way your symptoms are showing up. And so again, that's another piece of the puzzle, okay? Number 3, lupus symptoms can mimic the symptoms of other diseases, other autoimmune diseases, infections, and even cancer. And so one thing, we don't want to have a diagnosis of lupus and have it really to be something else, okay? So that's reason number 3. And reason number 4, which I think is the most frustrating for both doctors and patients, is that lupus symptoms can come and go. Lupus symptoms can come and go. You may have had a symptom 6 months ago. It disappears and it shows up, years later. Or you may have had a symptom once or twice, couple of years ago. It goes away, and it may not show up until 4 years later. You could even have symptoms yesterday and have them to disappear today and not show up for a few weeks. So that's another piece of the puzzle. So don't think that you're the only one that's frustrated. You know, sometimes the medical doctors, the medical professionals, they can be a little frustrated as well. So my advice to you is to be patient. Go through the process, take all of the tests, ask a lot of questions, become your own advocate, learn everything you can about lupus. Don't ever give up. Don't ever allow someone to tell you that your symptoms are not real, or that it's in your head, or it's due to stress, or, many of sometimes the reasons that we're given for the symptoms we're experiencing. If you feel that there's something definitely going on, keep on, advocating for yourself, asking questions. If you don't get the answers that you deserve, or you feel that, your symptoms are being downplayed, you can always go to someone else and learn everything that you can. If you're in the process of being diagnosed, the best thing that I can tell you is document, document, document. Even something that you don't think that it may even be related to a symptom of lupus, write it down. You know how you're feeling on the inside. You know when something in your body is not right. So be your own best advocate. And believe me, there are so many new, there's a lot of new information out there that we're learning about lupus every day. And, we're getting closer to having the ability to have a shorter length of time before a patient receives a diagnosis. But we just have to be patient. Okay, so thank you so much for stopping by the video on tonight. I hope that the information I provided was helpful. If it was, please take the time to like, share, and comment on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And as I always say at the end of every video, there is life after lupus. And God loves you with all of his heart. And he has a purpose and a plan for your life, and a destiny for your life that involves you showing up as you. Take care, my friends. I'll talk to you soon on the next video. Love you. Bye for now. Bye.